Hello, puppets. I'm indeed back, coming to you today after the workday is complete, and it was a good workday. Thank you for asking. So today we're going to talk about exercises. Like, what are the best exercises, right? If you could only do like 5 exercises, like you should do these 5 exercises. If you can only pick 5, and so you should pick push-ups. You should pick incline bench, and you should pick. I'm just kidding, man. Seriously, here's the deal. The best exercises that you can do are the ones that you're gonna do, because it could be the best exercise in the world for someone else, but if you don't enjoy doing it, then guess what? Probably not gonna do it. And if you're not gonna do it, then it's not the best exercise for you. So, well, Carl, what kind of exercises do you like? I'm glad that you asked. So, me personally, I like functional training. And so, basically, that just means that it involves a lot of just the basic everyday movements that we do normally, right, throughout the day. So, for example, like pushing, pulling, like hinge, bending over with your hips, squatting, right? Like you got to bend down and pick something up. And so, like twisting, and so you incorporate those movements into your exercise, and so then you're gaining flexibility, right? And then you're also strengthening at the same time. And then again, so me personally, I like to do a little bit quicker tempo exercises, so therefore it works out cardiovascular as well, right? So a lot of people just call it cardio. So that's the kind of stuff that I personally like, and so that's what I do. So again, going back to, it just depends. Like, what the best movements are, it depends on what you like. It depends on what your goals are. It depends on what you're physically capable of doing, because this could be an exercise that's highly recommended, but if you have bad knees or bad hips or bad shoulders or whatever, and that particular movement, it hurts or it's painful for you to do that, then guess what? It's not the best exercise for you. So again, for example, yoga. I I don't I'm not gonna say I dislike yoga, but I don't like it enough to do it, right? So I do some sort of stretching and whatnot. Part of the reason is I don't really like stretching. Like, stretching to me is painful. So I'm trying to work on my range of motion and my my limberness, or my what is another word for it? Flexibility. Thank you. And so, yeah, that's why another reason I use some of the movements that I do is to work on those things. But could I go and go through an actual whole yoga class? I just don't see myself doing it. I still might, give it a try, but hey, it's probably not, right? And so again, like, I'll go to these boot camps, and there'll be movements that I really like, and then there'll be more stuff that's kind of like on the floor. And so I'm not really more of an on the floor person. So again, you just find movements that you like, and then you do those. Then, now, that doesn't mean that you don't do movements that are still that challenge you, right? Because a lot of times the movements that work, since they work, we kind of like steer away from them. For example, of squats, right? Like, squats are really good. You should probably do some form of squat every single day, right? Just because it's just a really good movement. And so you should also do some sort of a compound movement where it involves your hips and your lower body just in general, right? And so if you do that, again, you're strengthening, and you're working on your just everyday muscles, right? And so again, me personally, talking about me, I like doing full body, right? So I work out 6 days a week. I don't work out on Sunday, but they're about an hour. But again, I don't necessarily kill any muscle group, but again, my goal, my focus is just on mobility and just overall movement, right? So I do a lot of, like, just body weight stuff. Plus, it's also cool because you don't have to actually go to a gym or have equipment to be able to do it. And so that's the other thing. Basic works. You can still get a really good workout with limited or no equipment, right? But again, it's body weight stuff, which is hard. So No, it's not using a 10 or 15 pound dumbbell, or you're not using, like you're not going to the bench, or you're just doing a machine where you can pick an easy weight. Like a lot of times, you can't do a pull up because that's however much your body weight is, but you can use things that can help you, like bands. So if you can't do a pull up, again, you don't even need a band. Use a chair and then kind of get up and then work on the negative. And then once you strengthen once you use once you do the negative over and over, it helps you build strength. So that way you're actually strengthening to be able to do an actual pull up, right? And so basically what I'm saying is basic works. You can still get success from just doing, I'm just going to name them, and you're like, oh, really? Push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, chin-ups, dips, like all these things, just leg raises, all these things that just use your own body weight with no or little equipment, and you can still get results, right? And so again, I think sometimes we overthink it, and we're like, oh man, like, and you literally Google like what are the whatever best exercises, and again, we want fast results. And so that's the other thing, is you have to be patient, right? Set small goals and work towards them a little bit each and every day. And a lot of times it's just switching habits, right? So if you do something and then because of the action of you repeating that same decision equals this, okay, so the result isn't the problem. The problem is the habit or the routine of you continually doing something, and then the result of it is the byproduct of doing that consistently over and over and over. So if you replace that action with something that is the opposite, right? So if you drink soda, okay, replace it with water, or replace it with less of whatever you drink. So if you drink a lot of soda like every day, then okay, only drink it like a quarter of least. So reduce it by a quarter. So again, it's just little steps each and every day. And again, if you start to slip, or if you have an off day or whatnot, then chalk it up to, hey, you know what, this is one little blip on the radar, and tomorrow, hey, it's back on, right? And so the other thing I was going to say is, it's the end of the year, right? And so a lot of times we have these, oh man, 2024, new year, new me. And what we normally do, or a lot of us do, is so we're not where we want to be, right? And so those actions that we're doing are not leading us to where we want to do. So we're like, oh, you know what, forget it. And then you do it like times 10 more frequently, more often, and then it's like the exact opposite of what you want to do. So I say, like, don't wait for a Monday to start something new. Start it on a Wednesday, because it really doesn't matter when you start it. Like the longer you wait to start it, the longer that you're going to wait to start seeing results, and then being closer to whatever your goal is that you're trying to meet. So anyways, that is my 2 cents for the day. Hey man, just want to say, I believe in you. I have faith in you. I love you, because you know what? You can do it. Doesn't matter what it is. If you believe it, you can achieve it. As Ray Lewis, this ain't about wins and losses. Man, we don't measure wins and losses. We measure effort. We trying to make a legacy. All that other stuff. Nope, not really that. It's just, hey, you know what? Try and be a little bit better than you were today, and the next day, not quite as good as you are the next day, right? And just keep building on it. Have that good solid foundation, so that way if you slide back, you have that rock to stand firm on, and to start back wherever that stopping point is, and then continue to go from there, because we're literally all on the same journey. We're just on different checkpoints, and I may be struggling with something in 2 weeks, and you know what? The person who maybe I've instilled or helped uplifted, and then maybe they're good, right? And then that person can help support me through whatever struggle or hurdle that I'm trying to get over. And so anyways, we're all just here to help out one another, to love one another, and just to be the best versions of ourselves. So again, that's all I got for you guys. Have a good day. Out.